Hi,
Gary.
Hi, Anita.
Okay.
So I have a
Hi.
question for you. When you and your sisters were little girls, did you perform around the house just like playing? Did you just wait, or did you sing in church or something? I just wanted to know.
We sang in church. We sang at the house. We
Uh-huh.
sang every time we could. Me and Ruthie used to go out and sing for people. we had our specialty song was "He's a Tramp." He's a tramp, boom boom, rough, and I love him. Breaks a new heart every day. He's a tramp, but I love him, and I wish that I could travel his way. Yeah, I wish that I could travel his way. He's a Trump, boom boom rough.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
That was Ruthie's part.
That was amazing.
Oh God, well, we would go around and sing that at people's houses, and they would throw a dime to us. We would go around in our neighborhood, and then my mother's friend, Sister Hurt, we used to stay at her house at times, and when we stayed there, and we would go through the neighborhood singing, and they would give us a dime. Say, hey, that's an ice cream cone there.
What was your favorite ice cream?
Oh, vanilla. I was a boring vanilla girl. I love vanilla because it kind of tastes like my baby formula.
Oh,
And I loved my baby formula. I used to make my own bottles. When I got old enough to make my own bottles, I made them.
That's great.
I had some vanilla ice cream last night with a little bit of Grand Marnier.
Oh, now that sounds good. Yeah,
That sounds
I
very
like
good.
that. Like that a lot.
That sounds very good.
Oh
Gary,
my goodness.
Yes, David?
So anybody else have anything to ask me? Who's this in the corner up here?
in the corner,
Ashley. That's Ashley.
oh, that's
Okay,
Ashley. You got
okay.
Diana.
I talked to her already.
I have a couple questions, if I may.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people talk about music being the soundtrack for their lives. So what would be a song that you would say, one of yours or someone else's, what would be one of the songs that's a soundtrack for your life?
A soundtrack for my life.
Yeah, what is
good
one of
question.
your, yeah, and I know a lot of people have more than one, so what would be
Oh,
one?
I got way more than one. That's why it'd be so hard to tell you what I mean, it started off, I love Stevie Wonder, so anything Stevie did was like heaven to me. It really was. I loved his music, and he was the one that kind of, I said, if I'm not saved, and I'm not in the church, if I have to be in the church, I have to not like this music because it's sinful, it's not gospel music, then God knows my heart. He knows everything I'm thinking and what I'm doing. So he knows that I love this music. So I had to kind of sway away from the churches thing, but I still love the music. But Stevie Wonder was one of my influences. I mean, all the old Dionne Warwick. I love the way she sang. I love the songs she sang.
Yeah.
All those great Burt Bacharach and Anthony Newley songs she did was so beautiful. And right, I know before my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. Oh, yes, that was my and all the Motown stuff. I love the Motown, everything. Diana Ross, the Temptations, Smokey Robinson, Tammy Terrell, and Marvin Gaye, and I grew up on that. I really did. That's what taught me. That's what taught me, those Motown songs and the Philadelphia sound as well, the OJs and the Commodores and all those groups that they were my teachers. That was my college. That was my school. I'd listen to music day in and day out, and it inspires me to write songs when I listen to music. So that's why I came up, being a writer. I have a song on almost every Pointer Sister album that I co-wrote with some wonderful musician. And usually it would come from listening to somebody else. Like the night I was listening to James Taylor. We were in a motel in Woodstock, New York. I was in my little funky room with my little cassette machine, and I was listening to my James Taylor cassette, and I started to writing, and I wrote Fairy Tale. That one night, I wrote the whole song because I was just so inspired by what I love James Taylor. I love his melodies and what he says.
My friend Janet Gallen, who absolutely, that is her favorite song, period.
What song? Fairy Tale? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's so wonderful. Conrad loves Fairy Tale too. That's one of his favorites. But I'm so happy to hear that because I was surprised to hear so many women. I mean, if we had the internet back then, I'm sure it would have been loaded with, expressions about the song. But we did hear that everyone loved the song. But I lost my thought. Oh God, I lost my thought.
I do that all the time.
Sorry. I'll tell you next time.
It'll come back or it won't.
That's part of that getting old thing,
Oh my God.
I was here in the 70s. I was always on the road in the 70s. So do the math.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in the back and I feel it leaving and I see myself chasing it into my brain.
I know, I do that too. I be trying to follow it. What was I saying? What was I leading to? But it's just a part of life.
Yeah.
and I have my rights. I earned those rights to do that.
Right.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, shoot, we earned those rights. Yes,
So
I'm an old lady now with a granddaughter. I'm 73 years old and my granddaughter is 31 years old, and I earned that. I tell you, I worked my butt off for years and years and years to try to make it in the music industry. Even before we were when we were backup singers, we were the Pointer Sisters then, but I learned a lot from being a backup singer to see how to treat people who are working for you, Really, it was a blessing to be able to do that. And I had friends telling me, oh, no, don't be no backup singer. Because if you get back, you'd be stuck as a backup singer forever. And I would say, no, that's not our plan. It might have been your plan, but that is not my plan. So
And you
we
just
were singing at the Whiskey, right? We were at the Whiskey a Go-Go singing backup with Elvin Bishop. But Jerry Wexler, who was Aretha Franklin's producer, just happened to be in the audience. That's why I tell people, you got to be ready. You got to be on your note every day. Everything you're doing, you got to do it to your best, to your fullest. Don't half-ass, go through stuff. Make it perfect. Make it what you think it should be, because that may be the only chance you get to do that. It may be the only chance you get to do something like that.
Anita.
So we were ready. And we got a deal from Jerry Wexler that night. Wow. Because we were there and we were ready. So we were writing songs. Me and Bonnie were writing songs all the time. And that's the main thing. You children, you kids, you got to be ready.
It's sort of like a 24-hour on-call kind of thing, isn't it?
It sure is. It certainly is. You never know where it's going to come from. You never know where. Maybe you're out to lunch with someone who just happens to be in cahoots with some big music company. You never know. So just stay ready. You just have to stay ready.
Stay ready.
Yeah.
Hey,
and when Richard Perry decided to launch his new record label after we had gone through those years with David Rubinson, and Richard Perry, he was the producer of the year for that year. And we got with him and he was fabulous. We got songs on we got our first gold single with Richard Perry. We never had a gold single before, but when we did Fire, that got us our first gold single.
79.
Made a tremendous difference. 79, huh? Okay. Yep. All right, thank you.
more than my pleasure. Anytime, don't mention it.
Okay.
And do you remember Elvin Bishop Fooled Around and Fell in Love from 76?
Oh, yes. And you know what? June is singing on that.
She is?
June did not go on the road with us that tour, And she stayed home and she went to the record plat and sang with Elvin Bishop on that song.
Wow.
She told us she did it. She was not well at the time and she couldn't tour, but she was able to go to the studio and sing, and she did great. She did great. We were really, really proud of her.
That's great.
Really
Thank
proud.
God.
Yeah, I know, my baby. Me and Bonnie wrote a song about June. It was out last year, and actually it came out in 2019. It's called Feels Like June. And it's a song talking about my sister June, who passed away. And me and Bonnie wrote it last year, actually, we wrote it in 2019, and it came out the beginning of 2020 on streaming and Spotify and, you know, what else? What are the other ones? YouTube, Apple Music. It's on all those. So you guys, please check it out. It's a beautiful song called Feels Like June. And we're dedicating it. It's on Alexa, yeah.
Oh, great.
We're dedicating it to our sister June, who passed away, who was just, I couldn't believe it. My baby sister, the youngest in the family.
May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace, my darling little sister. And then last year, when Bonnie passed, it just took me.
So sorry.
So sorry.
May she rest in peace. May they rest in peace. My deepest sympathy and my deepest condolences.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I miss them so much. Bonnie and June.
Well, my pleasure. Anytime you mention it.
Me and Bonnie and June took a trip to Texas that turned out to be a disaster, but we made it through, the three of us.
Yeah.
You know, we made it work. We came back, we got work. And we came back and proved ourselves to be the real Pointer Sisters.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
By the way, of all the songs, not necessarily even the one you sang, but of all the songs, do you have a favorite song that was ever written?
There are favorite songs that I didn't write even. Like there's a Burt Bacharach song that we did called Where Did the Time Go? And I think it's just so, so beautiful. Mm. It's just so beautiful, and it's so relevant, you know, to where we are now. It's like, where did the time go? We were just, you know, teenage girls, and then we were in our 20s, and then we were in our 30s, and all of a sudden we're old ladies. I'm like, what the heck? What happened here? Slow down the clock. Oh God.
Hey, I got two questions for you.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Sure.
It's more than a pleasure to meet you, and you know, I love you. All the best.
Thank
God bless.
you. Oh, and, bless you too, Igor.
Thank you so much. How did you all come to write that song? I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. How did that come about?
Well,
I'm so excited.
I know, and I just can't hide it. That was my line. Trevor Lawrence me and Trevor wrote several songs on the Pointer Sisters albums. What a Surprise, Moving On. We have songs on almost every album, me and Trevor. We were like a writing team. Okay. And he came up with the track for So Excited, and I wrote the lyrics, and that was it.
You did a fabulous job, by the way.
It was really fun to do, and you know, it's a slang saying that everybody can relate to. I'm so excited about anything, about life.
Right. I think that was
so that's how that came about.
During that time, that was my favorite song. It was like,
really,
it would always lift me up, and it's like you just start. The thing about that song is you'd be anywhere, and you just start singing it. You do.
That's great. And I wrote every verse to that song. That's me. And you know, my sisters filled in on the ad libs and stuff like that. But I wrote every verse and the hook. And me and Trevor did all the music. And me and Trevor have been writing together for years. So we brought it to Richard, and he liked it. And he put it on the first album, was titled Pointer Sisters So Excited. But for some reason, the record company wouldn't promote the record. What? They put it out and it just dropped into a hole. And so I asked Richard, I said, please don't let this song be lost. It's a great song. Yeah. And I said, we're doing a new album now, Breakout. I said, well, put it on that album. God, you know, that's never been done. Well, so what? Do it now. Let's do it now. Let's set a new precedent for this.
I have
Jesus.
another.
And he did it, and the rest is history. You know,
Love that.
Okay.
I need to listen sometime.
I have another question for you.
Yes,
Mhm.
sure.
How did you guys originally? What made you want to become a singing group? Were you guys always into music?
Well, as kids, yeah, we were always into gospel music. That's the only thing we were allowed to listen to is gospel music.
Right.
And I love that with all my heart. I still feel
So do
that's my
I.
first
I love
love for
Donnie
music.
McClurkins. I love him.
Yeah, Shirley Caesar, and oh my God, it's all they're so
Dorothy
beautiful.
Norwood.
Dorothy, yes, yes. And the Clark sisters.
Right on.
And yeah, well, we were singing, you know, around the house. We were singing as kids in church. And I forgot the question.
How did you all want to start to get in music and be together as a group? And what
okay.
got you started?
Well, we started in church as the Little Pointer sisters. And
Okay.
we never were little. I wasn't.
Okay.
I sure wasn't little. But anyway, we started off as that. And then we kind of strayed away from the church during our high school years and, you know, during those times and right after high school. And the thing that got me into it and wanting to do it professionally, I went to Fillmore West, which is the greatest, one of the coolest places in San Francisco to see a concert. And back then it was the thing. It was the only place, Fillmore West. So we went there, and Bonnie and June were singing with the Northern California State Youth Choir, which was the choir that did Oh Happy Day. And they sang that song and they sang other songs, and I lost it. I was in the audience and I wanted to run up on that stage and sing with them, but I couldn't. But I cried and cried in the audience. I was like, I don't want to be up there. I want to sing with my sisters. And so after that night at the show, I quit my job. I quit my job at McGuire and Sweeney. I was working at a law office in Berkeley. And I said, I got to try this. I had a child. Bonnie and June didn't have any kids, but I did. And I said, I'm really, really taking a chance here, quitting my job and going to go sing.
And
I would have been out of my mind.
I'm so glad it worked out for you.
I had to be out of my mind.
I'm so glad it worked out for you.
I'm so glad it did too, because I mean,
that was a true blessing from God.
I was determined, and me and Bonnie June had so many ups and downs, and people telling us to come back and meet the producers at certain time, and then we go back and the place is locked up, no producer there. And you know, the things that we had to go through and singing in North Beach. We used to sing in North Beach at the strip clubs. When the strippers came off, here come the Pointer Sisters.
Like a Hungry Eye, didn't that turn to a strip joint?
Yes, the Hungry Eye, it sure did. It sure did. I can't even remember the names of those other places there, but we were working with Sylvester and his Hot Lips and the Cockettes. Oh, we had so much fun. So much fun. I'm so glad that I got a chance to experience the music business back before all the digital stuff, and when we were really, really making it. You know, I use drum drop records to write my songs. Now you have every instrument on your phone.
Right.
You don't have to go to a studio. You can write the song right on your phone. Oh my God! But I'm glad I got a chance to experience the on the road, in the station wagons, and the buses, and just the grind of being in the music business. And, you know, just that hard touring and no sleep.
Yeah.
You know, all that. I'm glad I got a chance to experience that while I was young.
Thank God.
Listen, young at heart kind of thing. Young at heart, right?
I've been thinking now.
Let's see. I see Diana has her second question. Yeah.
Okay.
You have said, has anyone ever approached you about making your and your sister story a movie because there's been a lot of plays now where they bring the story to life, and I wonder if you've ever been approached about telling your story and making it either a movie or a musical or is that it? Well, I mean, Has you been approached about making it into a movie or
Yeah,
play?
yeah,
'Cause it seems like
definitely.
it would be seems like
Yes,
it
we
would
have
be
been
a great.
approached. We have been approached by people to do a movie, and we're working on that right now.
You think it'll be based on the book that came out?
Somewhat, because the book tells the story, but it's not going to be based on the book.
Okay.
But we have some people that are, working with us now that hopefully everything will go right
Oh,
and we'll have something happening, by the end of the year.
yeah.
It just seems
It's a
like
documentary though that we're trying to do first.
Oh,
Doc first, musical, feature film.
Oh, that'll be great.
Maybe a documentary would be good. I love documentaries.
I love documentaries too. That's all I
Aren't
watch.
they
I love them.
amazing?
It's so amazing to hear things that, you don't get all that in the social media, the things that people really do to live their lives. And it's really interesting to see what documentaries are out there. There's a lot of them.
Right.
A lot of good ones.
Have you ever seen Standing in the Shadow of Motown?
No. Oh, wait a minute.
It's amazing.
Wasn't that a play?
No,
It was a stage play.
Standing in the Shadow of Motown is about all the backup musicians at Hitsville that were there.
Is it a documentary?
It's a documentary. It's on Netflix.
Okay, I have to check that. I don't think I've seen that.
It's amazing.
Wow, it sounds amazing because I know Motown was amazing.
Oh.
And there may be even musicians on there. Who knows? But it was an amazing documentary.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta check that out. I don't know how I missed it. Standing
Shannon.
in the Shadows of Motown, because I went to see the Motown the musical.
Oh,
my God, it was
Oh.
so good. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much, and the production was just so beautiful. I mean, all the props and the stage and how things moved around, and I mean, all that production was incredible.
Well, with the Supremes and Mary Wilson.
Mary Wilson, yeah, we lost her this year, last year.
Yeah, and she
Right
came.
after.
She came to visit us a couple of months beforehand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how sweet.
It was amazing.
Oh my goodness. Well, where are you?
We are
Come
located.
visit.
Well, I mean, she did a Zoom like this, but before
Oh,
she came
okay.
to Inglewood to the Performing Arts
Yeah.
West, and then we had a fundraiser, and she sang at the Catalina Jazz Club.
Oh, right. She sure did. I remember her being at the jazz club.
Shannon.
I have a question for you. Sisters, what makes you decide to form a group?
To form a group? Well, actually, my sister Bonnie decided that. And she and June started the first group. They were Pointers a pair, the two of them. And that's when I saw them singing at Fillmore West, and I joined the group. And it was really interesting. We worked together so well. We lived together so well. Yeah. And we each had our thing that we had to do. Make sure this. Bonnie did the cooking. I did the banking. And June made all the orders for us, things for us to do.
It's like
we had a really happy household in San Francisco. We were just fun as can be, and that's what got me into it. Just having fun and being with my sisters. Yeah. Being with my sisters really made it easy for me. I couldn't have done it with strangers, with another group. I applaud En Vogue because they did it and they're not sisters, but I didn't want it that way. And I'm so grateful that we didn't have to do it that way.
Yeah. Pascal.
I am here. I am so here.
Hey, Pascal.
Hey, Anita. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time and sharing your wisdom with us. I have one comment and one question for you. So comment, you said you used to sing for dimes with your sisters? You think you could have almost been called the perfect tens? That is my comment.
Now that
Okay.
would be a great name for us, the Perfect Tens.
For the dimes, the dimes.
For the
Hey,
dimes,
the 10
yes.
sisters. Yeah.
Exactly, that would have been the perfect name.
And it is a good name for you. You've managed to keep your porcelain looks throughout all the years, and it is a
Thank
testament to your hard
you.
work and your regiment. Like you said,
Yeah.
you're born ready. You're always ready, and we try to tell our students to always be ready to, no matter what, to always be ready.
Oh, yeah, you do. You have to work on it. It don't
Heck
just come. I used to love rehearsals because that way when I go on stage, I'm confident. I know what I'm gonna do because I rehearsed it for 3 weeks, you know, or 3
Seriously.
months with Ain't Misbehaving. 3 months we rehearsed with that play, but you know, I just like knowing what I'm doing, and I'm not a spontaneous kind of person too much, but I'm pretty.
And
My granddaughter is shaking her head. No, you're not. You're not a spontaneous person. No, you do the same thing every day.
Poached eggs on rye.
Roxy, come on.
Miss Anita, I have one more
Oh,
question for you.
okay.
So, as a singer in a group, how would you ladies go about approaching your harmonies?
Oh, that was easy. Because as kids, when we sang in church,
Mm-hmm.
you better not get in my note. If I'm on this note, you better find another one. And that's what we had to do. So
I'm not
don't
going
you
on your
dare
note.
sing my note. You have to find another note there. And that's what we had to do. And that's how the harmonies came about. But Ruthie just naturally had that low voice, you know? And I had the mid-range voice. And June had that, I mean, super duper high, which I could never get to and wanted to. She had that, oh, the octave she could get to was just unbelievable. And then Bonnie had that special voice that could blend in anywhere. She would make a note. She would create a note between the notes that would fit. And she was so creative that way. She really was. She really was. She'd always find that perfect note, you know, and that's what Bonnie, we all had our different places in the harmonies. And we had to stick to them or else you'd be in trouble.
Was that your sister on the high harmony? That I want you. The higher one, the kind
Which
of
song is that?
no, the I'm so excited song. You know when you
I'm
go.
so excited, lead.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
You were
Of course,
were you
June
on
is
the
singing on top of me, so maybe that's June singing on top of me. Yeah, she hits notes I could never get to. God, that girl could sing. Oh my God, I miss her so. Oh,
Is she
You
rest
can
in
sing
peace?
too.
My
yeah,
deepest
may she
sympathy.
rest in
I
peace, my
have to
darling
say,
sisters.
Anita, a couple things.
Mhm.
I'm seeing that gorgeous face behind you, and it feels like she's an angel watching over
Yeah,
you.
she
And
is.
she
She's
really,
such a sweet. She was such a sweet girl, such a nice girl. Just oh God, we
and you
had so much fun together. I mean, the times that we traveled to Texas together to try to find a record deal, got stranded in Texas, me and Bonnie and June, and had to call David Rubinson. And David Rubinson rescued us from Texas. He bought us plane tickets home, got us work. As soon as we got home, we were working as backup singers in San Francisco. And
Wow.
he, you know, it was just a chance that we took though, going to Texas on our own. I mean, we were planning to stay there. We had sent all our clothes and everything. We were going to stay there, and then found out the guy who took us there was a liar. He didn't know all the people he said he knew.
Oh, no.
And he didn't have all the contacts he said he had. And he just had us out there just stranded in Texas. And we had to find a way home on our own. And we did.
Yeah.
We sure did.
It's resilience.
Tina.
Yes.
Tina
Resilient.
Green.
Yeah,
Tina, where are you?
Oh, right in the
I'm
middle.
right here.
Oh, hi. Hi, Tina.
Hi. So I have 2 questions for you.
Okay. Okay.
So the first one is, did you ever appear on Sesame Street?
Sesame Street? Yes. Yes, we did a thing on Sesame Street. We sure did. We did the number 12. And it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We did that on Sesame Street, and there was a whole nother part to it. It was a whole big orchestrated thing that we did. It was so great. And my kids, Jada, Fawn, and Malik, and Shigun, my brother's son, they all came to the studio and sang along.
Great.
So the kids are on that too.
Oh, I love that.
You weren't born yet, honey.
That's messed up.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I know we have
So
a couple.
Peanut, that's what we did. We sure did. I love Sesame
That's a
Street.
great question.
Yeah, and then my other question is, will you do an in-person interview with David when it's safe so we can meet you?
Yes, I'd be glad to do one in person once we can get out of this quarantine state, you know.
Well, we would love to have you.
I sure would. I sure would do one in person. Yes.
Well,
I've
I want
always
to
had
thank you.
dogs.
We all want to thank you so much for being here. I mean,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We love
you.
and miss
Love you
you.
all. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you
You
so
guys
much.
made my day.
Say hi to the grandkids.
Okay.
Say hi to them for me
Only one.
too.
Only one, and she's right here. Come on, look at her.
come on in.
Right there.
Come on, Roxy. She won't even show her face.
Hi, Roxy.
She's so shy.
Oh.
Granddaughter for mine.
82.
She's so shy. And she's much too good to let it get by.
Anita, that's 82.
Oh, yes, she is. 82, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Oh, I know.